What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol FSLY for FSLY Inc. On the left-hand side, we are looking at the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. Now, starting off, what do we notice from the daily perspective? Well, certainly earnings the other day, it was either post-market Wednesday or pre-market Thursday. Regardless, we had a pretty massive gap down, and all day today, we've essentially rallied, seeing a rather tame pullback into the end of the day. So that strikes me as bullish. It's not like this thing completely gapped and crapped and went lower. Instead, it rallied for a majority of the day there. And again, the pullback was rather healthy. So we'll examine that in a little bit. But for now, let's note that the gap still remains overhead. So over 42.20 has the possibility to fill up towards this 43.94. I'd call it 44, a nice round whole dollar there. So that is potential overhead levels. After that, what are we noticing? I would argue that there's probably some area of resistance in here around 48, the next whole number that really stands out to me. The reason I picked that one is simply because prior support, and then this wick in here certainly offering resistance, kind of cherry picking it on that way down. But I would argue these two touches in here from prior support strike me as noteworthy. So 48 is the next major target to the upside should we see any sort of continuation. Now, looking over at the 30-minute, just to map out some areas of support and resistance that we're seeing here on a smaller time frame. As always, we like to break out the Fibonacci's whenever we see some sort of pullback or strong rally and gauge the health of that pullback. So 38.2 is always the first level we watch out for, and you can see that we're consolidating and pulling back well above it. So it would strike me as healthy, this pullback here, and what we would look for in the following session is simply continuation higher because we have not violated or closed below that 38.2. We never got into the 50%, never mind the 61.8. Once you start getting candle closes underneath that 61.8, it's more likely that you go back and retrace 100% of the move back down towards the lows, and again, it's simply not the case here in FSLY. The other thing to point out is obviously the increase in volume here. You want to watch for volume to remain high on any sort of recapture of today's high to start to fill the gap up towards that 44 level. Note that when we get there, it is possible, based on the 30-minute time frame, that we see a bit of a gap fill reversal, or the first reaction is sort of a backing off. And the reason I say that is simply because our 50 SMA, the blue line here, will start to move lower and potentially coincide at that 44 whole dollar for a super resistance. So if you enjoyed the video or learned anything new today, let me know down below in the comments section or by simply leaving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked down below in the description. And all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.